Now it's time for us to go to our F's and our A's, and we're going to start with you, Luke.
My F goes to the Department of Health and Human Services. They're in the process of cutting their staff by 25%. This is going to really harm public health regulation and research.
Okay, and next, Anirban.
My F goes to the regressive right wing's attack on PBS and NPR in recent congressional hearings, accusing their high quality educational programming as being communist. So I suppose we have been all outed now by the McCarthyist overlords, but this is not surprising, as fascist tendencies have always created knowledge as their boogeyman.
And where do you think that comes from? We have a little bit of time. So.
Well, I mean, this is the idea, right? Like nuance, questioning authority, ideas of feminism, ideas of race, liberation. These are things that PBS and NPR and American history, excellent programming, right? I grew up on PBS and NPR, and it's one of the most favorite things in my life. And they don't want that, because then you will think about American history and so on and so forth. I mean, Newsmax programming is what they want. So
yeah, but PBS was born for the purpose of public discussions in the public
and in rural areas, they give you different things about weather, about agricultural tips and so on and so forth. It has a very large reach.
Yeah, always good stuff. Jenny.
All right. So I'm in a School of Information Studies, and my library science colleagues research ways to improve library services for our communities, and they train the next generation of librarians. The shuttering of the Institute of Museum and Library Services by Elon Musk's supposed government efficiency project is bizarre. This small agency's budget primarily goes to grants for research and to support special projects for libraries around the country. All 70 staff were put on paid administrative leave, and all grant activity is now up in the air. It's like canceling a house renovation halfway through while continuing to pay the contractors. I don't see the efficiency in Musk's work. All I see is a terrible waste.
A terrible waste. Well, of course, we could go on with all of the news stories that we had this week. We could have lots of F's, but I believe we also could offer lots of good news. And so let's turn to our A's, starting again with Luke.
My A goes to the men's hockey team at Utica University. They made their first national championship last weekend. It was hosted at the Nexus Center, which was great for the city of Utica. Unfortunately, they lost the nail-biter in overtime, but it was a great game and a great season.
Were you there?
No, I couldn't make it, unfortunately. Okay. But I watched the game at home.
Yeah, well, that's the important thing, and you were cheering that while you were away. And so, Anirban, give us some good news.
My A goes to the 87-year-old Holocaust survivor, Stephen Kapos, who, while protesting against Israel's assault on women and children, was detained by the shameful Met police in London. He later wrote an op-ed saying that the Israeli policy of ethnic cleansing of Palestinians in Gaza have many differences from Nazi Germany's plans to destroy the Jewish society in Europe, but it has also many similarities. That is why, as a Holocaust survivor, I have felt compelled to join various pro-Palestinian protests in London.
Excellent. Jenny?
So my A goes to the Montezuma Wildlife Refuge. Opening day of the Wildlife Drive and Visitor Center was Tuesday, and I'm relieved to see that the various federal cuts so far didn't affect its opening. So Montezuma is located between Syracuse and Rochester, and it's a national treasure, hosting over 300 bird species on its 10,000 acres of wetlands. This magnificent environmental resource is part of a 50,000-acre complex that's been restored and protected by federal, state, and nonprofit partnerships.